In a market economy, buyers and sellers come together to exchange goods and services. Whether it's
lemonade! Ice cold lemonade!
Selling lemonade on the street or
hey, I need 5 tickets to Cash Course Boys for the Boss tonight.
Ordering concert tickets over the phone. Prices of these and other goods and services adjust as supply and demand change. When working properly, the market will match what buyers want with what's produced, all without additional intervention. This results in an efficient allocation of resources toward the most productive economic activity. But in economics, there's something called market failure.
Market is crashing. Sell, sell!
Which does not refer to the stock market, but rather to when markets lack enough information to determine the supply or demand properly. This leads to an inefficient allocation of resources, where there's too much production or not enough production of a good or service. This can often lead to government intervention.
Did someone say the government?
Yes. Let's explore the different types of market failure, but first... Hey, look! Ice cream!
Ice cream!
Whoa!
The first type is demand-side failure. This is when the market has difficulty knowing how much people want or value something because they don't or can't pay for it directly. This often occurs with public goods, including public parks, freeways, and sewage systems. These are important and valuable goods, and they're generally available to everyone, whether they pay for them or not. But since people can use them without paying, the market can have difficulty knowing what supply of, say, parks, is necessary to meet demand. If left to the free market, there would likely be fewer parks. Next, let's consider supply-side failure. This is when the market supply doesn't account for the full cost in the production of a good or service. Take, for example, a factory making shirts. The factory will generate waste and pollution in its production, but if they don't have to clean it up, then that's an environmental cost to the workers and the surrounding community. If they had to pay for the waste and pollution they created, their business costs would go up. When the factory doesn't or isn't able to account for those costs, it can result in an oversupply of shirts.
Like this?
Sure. Market failures can also result in externalities, either positive or negative. Positive externalities are benefits received by individuals who didn't directly pay for a good. In the case of the public park, this includes the benefit to those who don't use it, such as increased property values of the houses nearby. These externalities reflect an underallocation of the good, since if the value of those benefits could be accounted for, there would be more demand for that good. Negative externalities are costs to individuals who didn't participate in the market for a good. For example, the waste and pollution from the shirt factory impacts nearby residents, even those who have never purchased shirts from the company. These externalities reflect an overallocation of the good, since if those costs were accounted for, there would be less supply.
How about this?
Anyways. Many market failures involve externalities simply because the market doesn't have the full picture. The market can still reach an equilibrium, but prices and quantities end up too high or too low compared to the optimal or most efficient use of resources.
So what can be done about market failures?
Governments often intervene in transactions where the market lacks information or needs correction.
The government? Heal, boy! Heal!
They try to accomplish this in several ways. One way is through direct controls, such as laws that limit certain production activities, like the amount of emissions from a factory. These laws make those activities more expensive or harder to do. Another way is through taxes, called PragerU taxes, which are added to goods that cause negative externalities, like a fee on pollution. This increases a business production costs, discouraging further overproduction. Subsidies are also used, but in this case, subsidies reward behavior that creates positive externalities, like funding public parks or volunteer groups that do neighborhood cleanup. And sometimes the government steps in to provide a good directly, especially when it's something really important, like sewage treatment or clean water, reducing the risk of not having enough. These solutions aren't perfect, and they're not always efficient because the government isn't an expert in producing goods and services. But in certain situations, these options can be better than letting externalities go unchecked.
Fine.
No.
Markets do a great job connecting sellers and buyers in an economy, but sometimes key information is missing. When this happens, market failures can lead to unexpected benefits or costs that impact others. Government intervention can help set things back on track, but it's important for those decisions to be made carefully and sparingly, because the market ultimately operates best when communication between buyers and sellers is direct. So where's mine?
Ice cream, Bronco, ice cream, Please buy it all. Ice cream, you have to buy it now.
Watch more at PragerUkids.com, and parents, don't forget to subscribe.